Yes, not to downplay, but yes, Yasuo combos are really that hard. I've made combo guides for pretty much every single character in the game, and by far Yasuo was the one that gave me the most trouble and just locked me up in the lab. Like the very first time I ever tried this part of the Yasuo combo, I failed for like an hour straight before I got one successful try. But he's one of the coolest, funnest, real ass word by the way, characters in the game. Despite what slander he was and still may be receiving. So here's how to combo on Yasuo. Like, sub, and comment with things you need help with that I missed. To start, we need to get comfortable with a couple of concepts, and these concepts, as you may guess, are all stance related. Our down special 1 is stance and changes all of our moves. A really important concept to get comfortable with is the fact that forwards and backwards in stance can be cancelled into any of our other stance moves by just pressing that direction, then the move we want. We primarily use this for our bread and butter of any close start into a special 1 into stance forwards medium. We're going to start calling this our Kara cancel, an FGC term for this type of unique movement cancelling. The stance medium is our next pain point of our combos, so we really need to get comfortable with an immediate jump out of this into another move. For all of our combos, this will either be held special 1, special 2, or down heavy. For Yasuo's two main routes, you'll be starting with held special 1, and like many of our other moves, because we're hitting the opponent, we can cancel this move into stance again, which when not in the corner, we'll do Kara cancel medium out of this. This is really difficult though, because for our combos to land properly, we actually need to put a surprising amount of delay here, meaning you're going to get very used to seeing this white flash for a while, indicating that, well, you waited too long. For knowing if we did it at the right time and not too fast, we need to get to the next part of our combo, which is jumping up into special 2. You know the special 2 is landing properly if it's floating them in the air for quite a while. We'll then do a couple of moves into special 2 again, but don't worry, we'll talk about those more a little bit later. And we're going to do that into stance down heavy. This move wall bounces and forces the opponent to float all the way to the ground, no matter the scaling of the combo. And I don't know if you guessed it yet, but this move also cancels into stance, a theme, a smart guy might be noticing at this point. But here we actually want to cancel that stance by pressing down and special 1 again to go back to the neutral state, which is just essentially faster than waiting for the animation to end. This will allow us to confidently run up into heavy into tag launcher if we want our other character in. But more importantly, it lets us always get a held forward special 1. But if you watch the end of this combo, you'll notice that we're now going the opposite direction. So if we don't want to do this and instead go the right way, we need to do stance into held back, then forward special 1. And following the trend from earlier, we're also going to stance cancel this move. And we're just going to go into medium, and you are going to want to delay this just a little bit so that they're a little bit lower when you hit them. After which we'll jump up into down heavy, special 1, special 1, special 2. But we don't always want to end like this because this is meant for doing super. In fact, we typically don't unless the combo is going to kill. What we want to do is end in a limit strike. So instead of canceling into that medium after the forward special 1, what we're going to do is go into heavy. And just a quick note, if you ever hit someone and it's like not point blank ish, just do S1 super. Like, is it really worth going for the crazy Kara just to drop it like 90% of the time? I don't think so. So let's go through your entire B&B that works anywhere on the screen real quick. We get our hit, the medium, heavy, special 1, Kara cancel into M, jump up, held special 1. Now this is where things get tricky. You may start to notice that every now and then they end up behind you after this held special 1. To make this not happen, you need to recognize when you're close enough to the enemy to not Kara cancel that first stance medium, or shorten the distance of your Kara. This can also be a strong tool though, allowing you to, when you get more comfortable, choose when to corner swap the enemy. Okay, continuing on from here, we do down special 1, enter stance into a slightly delayed Kara medium, jump forwards special 2. Now if you've already carried them to the corner by this point, you need to jump directly up instead so that your projectile doesn't just clip out of the fucking map for some reason. Then when we land, we do an instant dash, cancel it into a slightly delayed medium, then heavy, then jump up immediate down heavy into another special 2. Then down special 1 to get in the stance, into down heavy. For the most solo damage with ult and keeping our side, we'll cancel that down heavy into down special 1, Then into held forward special 1 into a delayed stance M, jump up instantly, down heavy, S1, S1, S2, S2 super, hold S2 for ult. Now let's watch that full thing in full speed. But now, before you just take that and leave, realistically, you know, in a real game, there's a good chance your combos are going to drop every now and then, or that they might just feel like they started wrong. So let's talk about bailouts. The first one is after our stance down heavy. Instead of doing any stance cancels, we can just instead naturally wait for the animation to end, and depending on the position of the enemy while they fall, either stand still or dash up into a down heavy, followed with down heavy in the air, jump forwards, down heavy, S1, S1, S2. The next one is with our stance medium. If you see that you put your jump input in too early, or you just not feeling the juice, or you don't need that much damage to kill, just go straight into stance down heavy. And another bailout on stance medium is if you jump up and it feels wrong, you can just do medium heavy, down heavy, special 1, special 1, special 2, super, you know, kind of the same thing. And the biggest bailout of all time, I already talked about this, is just doing special 1 super. You just gotta rip it sometimes. Does a good amount of damage, and it will never miss after special 1, so it's great. And those are the essential building blocks you need to start comboing on Yasuo. I'll now quickly show you some other strong combos once you feel pretty comfortable with this one and have enough time to start learning new ones and expanding. I'll put the notation in the bottom and a little explanation up top for when to use them. Just remember that the limit strike concept still applies to all of these. So good luck out there on Yasuo. Drop those likes, subs, and comment whatever helps. See ya.